The lone survivor of that quadruple shooting that happened last week near the St. John's Town Center was in court today for violating his probation. Keontae Bullard, also known as Young and Ace, is being held tonight in the Clay County Jail without bond. Now, Bullard's attorney says the probation violation stems from him simply holding a gun at a local gun store. First Coast News' Honey Rodriguez is live tonight at Shooter's Gun Shop where this happened. Honey?
Heather, according to Bullard's attorney, he was actually here actually hours before that shooting took place. Now, the attorney told me that at this point, somebody inside the Shooter's Gun store turned over some type of surveillance video to police where you can see Bullard holding a gun. Take a listen.
Picked up a gun, held the gun, and put it back down. He didn't shoot it, he didn't buy it, didn't leave the store with it. And so that's the allegation for the violation of probation.
Keontae Bullard was booked into jail on Friday after JSO says he reported himself to his probation officer involving a case in Clay County from 2016. Bullard was not allowed to be in possession of a firearm.
He raps, he says things that people don't like.
Bullard is a local rapper known as Young and Ace.
The sheriff's office doesn't like that.
His attorney says Bullard is a victim and told us he suffered 8 gunshot wounds the night of the shooting near the St. John's Town Center.
He leaned over to try to protect his friend in the driver's seat to try to save that person's life and risking his own life. And unfortunately, he was unsuccessful in that.
3 teens, including Bullard's brother, were killed. JSO is still looking for the person or people responsible. Haas says JSO has the wrong person behind bars.
They're trying to make the victim of the shooting somehow involved with the shooting and hold him responsible for it.
Bullard could face up to 5 years in prison for violating his probation. Now, his attorney told me they will continue to try to get him out on bond for his brother's funeral, which I was told is being planned and is scheduled to be held this weekend. For now, reporting live in Jacksonville, I'm Honey Rodriguez, First Coast News on your side.